that feeling you've been ignoring, that constant tiredness, that lack of focus. It might not be just stress. It might be something far more serious. Burnout. Not the kind where you just need a break, but the kind that slowly rewires your brain and quietly limits your future. And here's the scary part. Most people don't even realize it's happening. In today's episode of vpod.ai, we're breaking down something critical, what burnout really is, what it's doing inside your brain, and why ignoring it today can cost you your growth tomorrow. Let's start with something surprising. Burnout is not a disease, at least not officially. The World Health Organization defines it as an occupational phenomenon, a condition caused by chronic workplace stress that hasn't been properly managed. But don't let that definition fool you, because even if it's not labeled a disease, the damage it causes is very real. Burnout has 3 warning signs. First, constant exhaustion. Not the kind sleep fixes, but the kind that stays with you, even after rest. Second, you start feeling disconnected from your work. What you once enjoyed now feels meaningless, irritating, exhausting. And third, your performance drops, not because you're lazy, but because your brain simply can't function the same way anymore. Now here's where it gets deeper. Burnout isn't caused by just one thing. It's a combination of 2 forces: external pressure and internal vulnerability. External pressure looks like deadlines, overload, unrealistic expectations. Internal vulnerability looks like perfectionism, anxiety, lack of sleep, and when both collide, burnout becomes almost inevitable. That's why the people most affected are often the most driven, ambitious, competitive, high achievers. The ones who push themselves the hardest are usually the first to break. But burnout doesn't just affect your mood, it affects your body. Your sleep starts breaking down. Your heart stays under constant stress. Your metabolism shifts, and slowly, your health begins to decline. But the most dangerous impact is on your brain, because burnout directly affects how your brain works. Your memory weakens, your focus drops, your decision-making slows down. Even simple tasks start feeling mentally exhausting. Now, let's go deeper. Inside your brain. There's a system called the stress response system. Think of it like a switch. It turns on when you're under pressure and turns off when you relax. That's how it's supposed to work. But with burnout, that switch gets stuck. Always on. Your brain never truly rests. And that creates a dangerous imbalance. The fear center of your brain, the amygdala, becomes overactive, while the logical part, the prefrontal cortex, starts losing control. So emotions get stronger, and reasoning gets weaker. Over time, this doesn't just stay functional, it becomes structural. Your brain literally starts changing. Areas responsible for thinking shrink. Areas responsible for stress grow. Let that sink in. Burnout is not just in your head, it's changing your brain. And here's something even more subtle, something most people never notice: emotional exhaustion. Every time you fake a smile, hide your frustration, pretend everything is fine, you're using mental energy. It's called surface acting, and it drains you faster than you realize. So what's the solution? Can you just meditate your way out of burnout? No, because burnout isn't just personal, it's environmental too. You need 2 things. First, fix what's inside. Train your mind. Techniques like cognitive behavioral therapy help you break negative thinking patterns. Mindfulness helps restore balance in your brain, and resilience is something you build, not something you're born with, but that's only half the solution. Second, fix what's around you. A toxic environment will always drain you, no matter how strong you are. You need better boundaries, better work conditions, better balance, because you cannot heal in the same place that's draining you. Now, here's the most powerful idea in this entire episode. Burnout doesn't just affect your present, it steals your future. There's something called post-traumatic growth. It's the ability to grow, become stronger, find meaning after going through hard experiences. But burnout blocks that because when you're already exhausted, you don't see challenges as opportunities. You see them as threats. You don't grow from struggle. You collapse under it. So it's not just about feeling tired today. It's about losing your ability to grow tomorrow, and that changes everything. So the next time you feel exhausted, don't ignore it. Don't normalize it. Don't tell yourself, this is just how life is, because maybe it's not life. Maybe it's burnout. And maybe the most important thing you can do right now is not to push harder, but to pause, reset, and protect your brain before it starts working against you. So today, ask yourself one question. Am I just pushing through? Or am I slowly burning out? If this video gave you a new perspective, make sure to like and subscribe for more science-based content. And tell me in the comments, have you ever experienced burnout without realizing it?